always a great time to study. Practice multiple choice questions, okay? Even make it a game. There was a group of some friends of mine in law school. We had these books, and it's just a multi-state method exam, and it has a whole bunch of multiple choice questions with all of the bar tested topics, right? So you can even make it a game. Easy. Get a piece of paper. Everybody has paper. Everybody has paper, right? So you get your piece of paper and you fold it into fours, okay? Half and then half, okay? Simple. And then you rip it. Rip. I mean, I guess if you have scissors too, you can just do the scissors, but you just rip it. Rip it, right? So now you have 4 pieces of paper. And then on them, you're just gonna write A, B, C, and D. Why am I writing A, B, C, D? Because in the books, the options is A through D, right? So make it a game. Everybody could have their own books, or maybe 2 and 2, whatever the case may be. You read the question out loud, and then you time everybody of when they should reveal what answer they think. So it's like, okay, boom, 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 it's time to go, and then show your answer. And I'm like, oh, the answer's D. And if we all got D, and D is right, then we're doing great. And that is an effective study group. But like, if we're all pulling up different things, then, you know, we could go back and understand, okay, well, why did you think it's like this? Oh, I thought because of that. That was my train of thought when I was thinking why and how I got to the answer choice. So I feel like if you're going to do study groups, that's an effective way, because then you can understand the thought process behind how you got that answer, and you can help a friend, you know, if they're getting the answers wrong. Okay, so then another study tip is write down or write out the rules. You need to know the black letter law verbatim, okay? You cannot remix the law. You can't say a contract is an offer, a detriment, and a consideration. What elements are those? That's not it. You know, it's an offer, acceptance, consideration. So you need to know exactly what it is, and then with each word that I just mentioned, you need to know the definition of those as well. You know, if you have a study partner, go back and forth and be like, nope, that's not it. Nope, you skipping a word. Nope, you remixing. Like, don't remix. You need to know verbatim. Why do I say you need to know verbatim? Because on the exam, when you are writing down all of your elements, applying it to the fact pattern that you have in front of you, if you are remixing, you are going to forget an element, and you are not going to get the A, okay? And I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to be very disappointed in you, because I have given you the tools and you have not followed through, okay? So remember, A's over here. That's what we're about. You can also use flashcards. You want to confidently know each element, each term of art, whether it's jumbled, you know, randomly or put out together, you know, like you just want to know it. So I feel like flashcards really test if you really know it. or using your outline as like a crutch, right? So flashcards is very helpful for that as well. And the last tip is practice essay exams. Everything is not going to be multiple choice, you know, so you need to be able to write things out. And exam is either or both. So it's either you're going to have multiple choice or essay, or you're going to have a hybrid. And you don't want to lose and leave any points on the table. You want to get all the points. You want to get A's. That is why you are going to prepare yourself, and you're going to practice until you actually know all your freaking work and you're confident in yourself, so that any fact pattern that your professor brings along during on test day, you got it, because you've been preparing for this. Okay, you are practicing essay exams for two things: issue spotting. You want to make sure that when you're reading that fact pattern, you're able to be, okay, this is what she's testing. Okay, she wants to talk about this. Okay, this is the nuance for this. Okay, this is the exception here. Okay, this could be a defense. Okay, all right, boom, 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 boom. You want to go through and you want to tag up that exam. Now, I know that it's COVID, and depending on your professor, they may release it so that they may release your exam so that you can print it ahead and be able to have the luxury of, you know, tagging it up. But in the event that you can't, and you have your scrap paper, and you still take your notes as you're reading that fact pattern for online exams. Now, this is still the same, okay? It's the same for the Zoom. It's the same for the Zoom, okay? Yeah, so you want to issue spot, and then you want to make sure that you know how to flow. Organization and flowing is everything. Okay, you can know all the black letter law and be able to spit it back, but if you cannot apply it or even recognize it in a, you know, in a fact pattern, then it's useless. You feel me? So being great in one of those aspects is not good enough. A students are great in all. So you need to be able to issue spot. You need to be able to organize and flow with your exams. With your essays. So that is why we're going to do practice. We're gonna know how to start. We're gonna know where to start. We're gonna know how to flow and how to transition from this issue to the next, to the nuances, to the exceptions, to whatever the cases may be. You want to be organized, okay? You also want to read old exams. There's no reason why you have old exams available to you for free. You paid for the education. You paid for the access to the old exams. It's not a mystery, okay? You should be reading the old exams so that you have a preview of how your professor tests certain subject matter, and so that it's easy for you to identify the issue spotting as well, okay? There's no reason to walk into an exam blind on purpose. Like, who walks into the, like, that's like me crossing the street in the middle of Manhattan before COVID, because now it's not so busy, you know, blindfolded, like on purpose, and I'm not gonna win $10 million either. Like, I'm just doing this. Like, that's stupid. That's dumb. People that get A's are not dumb. So remember, while you're watching this, because you want to get A's, not B's, not C's. So you have to put in that work, and you have to read all of the exams. Yes, all of the exams that are available, you need to be reading it. What else you got to do? You're in law school. You're spending this money. You're in debt. Even if you have a full ride, I don't care. You should be reading them exams, because if you don't do well, you won't have the full ride. So it is beneficial to everybody to read it. It's not just only privy to certain people, it's privy to everybody, so there's no reasons why you wouldn't do it. Also, if your school has any type of workshops or anything, go. You've never been in law school. You've never taken an exam. Why not go? Go. Soak up any and everything that's going to help you get the A. Don't leave points on the table. That's not what we're about. We're about getting A's. We're about getting on the deans. We're about being on honor roll. We're about getting scholarships. So now you're ready. Remember, you followed all of these steps that I have provided for you. Okay? You have been practicing. You have been diligent. You have been updating your outline after each class. You have been writing down each hypo that your professor says in class, whether it is corny or not. Like, you are writing it down. You are doing multiple choice questions. You are reading the explanations too, okay, so you understand why you got it. Because a lot of times with these like commercial outline multiple choice questions, it be like nuances that your professors don't go into but the book goes into, or there's an exception that your professor does not touch, and it's like, oh, so I got it wrong because I didn't learn it. So it's important to read the explanation so you can also apply that that knowledge, because sometimes your professor may not always make up their own multiple choice questions, and I think it's unfair, but sometimes they do that and it's like, wait, but you never taught us that, you never taught us the exception, so like, why testing this? But if you're a student, it's okay because you're doing commercial multiple choice questions. So when you see that exact same question on your exam, because some professors will do that, they would be that lazy, okay? You're like, I know that's exception. But the people that never open up a book, never did any practice exams, wouldn't know, okay? So remember, we're A's, not B's, not C's, and damn sure is not D's, okay? So it's a test day. You apply all this stuff. Remember, number one, relax, be confident. You have been preparing for this for the 14 weeks, for the whole semester. Now's the time to be nervous. You are excited. You're ready to show out on that exam. You're ready to circle all of the issues. You're ready to tag up that exam, letting them know everything. Okay, you're ready to show out on that exam and walk out confident. You're walking out confident because you did all the work before. So it's easy for you on test day. You're not scared. You're not worrying. You're not confused between this or that because you know it. And that, my friends, is the difference between getting an A, a B, a C, and a D. It's about dedication, it's about diligence, and it's about organization. Okay, so like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to know if this is helpful. I want you guys to really apply these tips and see the difference. You have to put in time. You have to put in the time when you're reading your cases, taking the notes. You got to put in the time. And you will see the difference. You will retain it. Things will click. The cases that you're reading are examples of the exam. Know the cases. Oh yeah, that's the case. Yeah, this is what he's testing. You did the readings. Whether you did Quimby or not, you know the law. You know the facts. You got the gym. You got this. I believe in you guys are going to get A's. Alright? So again, let me know in the comments. Tell me what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Do you like to study in the morning and the night? Do you like listening to music? Do you like talking? Do you like people around you? Do you like the library? I hate the library. I like coffee shops, but now it's COVID. I also like being outside, being at the pool, being at the spa, being in the park. It had to just be pretty to me. So that's it. I wish you guys luck. You guys are going to make it on the Dean's List. You guys are going to make it to Honor Roll. I want to see all my Dean's List hotties. I want to see all my Honor Roll hotties. Okay? I want to see that. Like, comment, and subscribe.